Jarrett, welcome to In the Zone, man.
Oh, man, appreciate you.
Good
Thanks
to see you. Yeah. Look, man, before we get going on the basketball, you have a reputation as a guy in the league that knows everybody. Is that true?
Yeah. I've been known to be friendly with my contemporaries.
So how is that just your personality, or how'd you just get to know, how does that reputation come about?
Yeah, I think it's kind of just my personality and then just being around, man. I played on different teams. Obviously, growing up, I played against a lot of these guys, either be it they older than me, my age, or a little bit younger. I don't know. I guess I've been able to leave an imprint on people when I meet them, and, I don't think that's a bad reputation to have.
Who would you say is the mayor of the NBA?
Mayor of the league? I don't know, man. It's tough.
Maybe like the most. Is there a most popular dude in the league?
Most popular probably Bron or somebody of that sort. CP, okay. He's probably up there as well.
Is who do you think has the most respect in the league as a person, not as a player, as a person?
That varies. It's a different type of perspective when you talk about those things. You can have respect for people that grind and claw their way into the league, knowing that those are the people who didn't get those maybe opportunities that other people didn't have. People who went undrafted and had to fight and be that 15th man on a roster up until they made a way or paved a way for themselves to solidify themselves in this league. Like you find respect for those people. You find respect for those guys who are those top tier guys in the league, and each year they find something to drive them to keep them hungry, even though they've had so much success amongst how tough it is in this league. So, you know what I mean? It's just all in your perspective and what you're trying to gauge. But you can pull respect out of a lot of different avenues in this league.
I imagine, maybe I'm wrong, but when you came in the league, you wanted to be, and you think, I'm gonna be a star. Mm-hmm. When does a player that's a very good player, but not a star, when does a player realize that, and how tough is that to realize, okay, I'm gonna be a good player, I'm not gonna be the superstar that I wanted to be?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of dudes they never see that. Because I've talked to players that think if they just got the minutes or they just got the shots, they would be as good as, some perennial all-star. So,
you know what? Like, I always just wanted to be an effective part of the game. You know what I mean? And what that derived into, that could be leadership, it could be points, it could be, you know what I mean? Like, you got a few different ways that you can make an imprint on the game. And, with me, like, I know personally with me, I came into the league, I was never healthy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was something like mentally, like, all right, man, I'm not able to play at, the athletic level that I want to because of these nagging little injuries that not everybody knows about, nor do they care about. And, man, I'm going to just make the best of it.
Did you, coming here, I don't know that many people expected you to play the role you have here with the Knicks. 0-3 to start, they put you in, and y'all go on a nice winning streak in the playoff hunt. Do you, I was just talking to the beat writers. They said you were the key to the turnaround. So talk about that.
I'm not one to, take credit for much. You know what I mean? I'd rather take the blame for the downside, if that makes sense. And as much as people say it, but I know I'm not responsible for the turnaround and things, man. We got a lot of guys in, man, that put in a lot of work. Kristaps is tremendous. Courtney Lee has been phenomenal, man. Yeah. Really been opening my eyes. I didn't get a steady diet of watching him on a regular, man, but just his mentality, professionalism, work ethic, tremendous, man. Tim Hardaway, a lot of people question whatever, the big contract, whatever. And, I think he's definitely making them eat their words for sure. But, man, you might call me crazy, man, but every time I lace up my sneakers, man, I think whoever's in the same color jersey as me, we got a chance. Mm-hmm. That's just the way I'm wired.
You mentioned Porzingis. Looks tremendous. How good can he be?
Like, you forget at times that he's 7'3". You know what I mean? Like when you sit back and be like, hold on, he taller than Shaq, but he's shooting threes like Dirk. You know what I mean? Like the dynamic of the two is eye-opening, man. I think, and then with his age, was he 23?
22.
Come on, man. That man barely legal.
Yeah.
Man, there's gonna be a lot of people in trouble in this league for a long time.
You mentioned a few years ago, I think it might have been last year, about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Got to be an all-star. He's going to be a problem. Is he the most talented young player in the league?
I think it's between him and Devin Booker.
Really? Wow. Now, a lot of people might be surprised that you mentioned Booker. Just tell me why.
Devin Booker pretty good, man.
Wow.
And he's another one. I think he just turned 21.
Yeah, he's young. Yeah.
He has a poise about himself. You know what I mean? Like even after, you know, all these magnificent plays he's made so far in the young part of his career, you see his demeanor kind of stay even keeled. And them dudes that's usually like that, they wise beyond their years. Guys like, if you think about it, Kawhi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with LeBron, like he doesn't get too fiery. He still keeps it kind of even. You know what I mean? Tony Parker was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. You know, Dirk kind of keeps it. Them dudes who, Steph at times, you know what I mean? You know, how you're able to maintain or keep your emotions in check while you're doing all these things that are making the crowd and maybe your teammates got them jumping all around, and the stuff you're actually doing, and you're just like, dudes that be like that, I'd be like, you know who's like that right now? Kyrie.
Yeah. What do you think of Kyrie? You know him, you played with him. Do you feel like, were you surprised when he, you know, wanted to leave LeBron and go somewhere else?
I was surprised, but I understood it. And I didn't speak to him. This is me just gauging it my own. And a lot of people had so much to say, and I was confused. Because, yes, obviously, you know, they had tremendous team success. He had great individual success. But if Bobby Brown never wants to leave New Edition, does he not? Is it wrong for him to want to be Bobby Brown? Is that wrong?
It's a good one.
Like, New Edition, top of the world, #1 records. I might want to be a solo artist, though. Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
I say no.
You know what I mean? Like, he might want those moments where, like, you know, I might want to lead my troops.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to want that?
People kind of understand that in every field except sports. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you got a Kyrie saying, I'm going the opposite way, and he getting Chris.
Come on.
What was your thought? Because you were in the league kind of before these super teams.
I hate it.
Okay, go ahead.
I hate every bit of it. I don't like it, man. I used to like the fact, like, I envision these type of conversations were had during probably like the Olympics or like All-Star games. Like whoever won the championship that year, like let's say Kobe, for instance, when he walked into the West locker room, got my chip, and we beat your team, I had my guys, and I believe it's like bragging rights. I believe. You know what I mean? Like them All-Star games or those dream team moments when they get together, and then after they do their thing for that week or that weekend, it's like, all right, yo, make sure you got your squad, because we the defending champs, or this dude is like, we coming to take what's y'all's. Like now, it's like half the locker room is one team. Like the All-Star game is like my usual guys I'm going to practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like the buddy of it, man. Let's bring back it was like that in rap for a second. Remember rapping, everybody was everybody's brother and this, that. Nah, man, bring back the competitive. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the one saying everybody can't be cool, but let's always just keep that competitive aspect of it, man. Like I love the fact that Reggie Miller rolled for Indiana. You know what I mean? Like teams had identities based on, you know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, I do hate the fact that if he's somewhere being loyal and the organization doesn't put him in a space to win, that's totally different. But I don't think that was the case with a lot of guys that did the super team thing. I think you was just coming up short, you know what I mean? Like you was just running into roadblocks or the things that happen on the road to being a champion.
Durant, I mean, look, he obviously was great last year. I'm not sure if they're better with him or without him. Like, they're still really good with or without him. Like, what was your take with him going there?
I was surprised. He actually called me at like 3 in the morning. Like, probably 4 days before. I never told nobody this. 4 days before free agency.
Before free agency started.
Yeah, so he texts me. He's like, man, can I speak to you for a minute? I'm like, yeah. So he called me. He was like, yo, what's Steph Curry like? I was like, what you mean, what he like? He was like, yo, is he like how they portray him on TV, or is he like a totally different dude behind closed doors? And I said, oh, shit. Right? So I was like, look, bro, I'm going to tell you like this. Steph one of the best people I've ever met in my life. You know what I mean? Male, female, basketball, not talking about, like, he one of them great dudes, like, you know what I mean? He kept asking me questions about them and this and Bob Myers and Mr. Lacob and the fans. And I said, oh, this ain't good here.
So you knew.
I hung up the phone. I called my brother. I said, man, I think dude trying to go out west, man.
Oh, wow.
He said, nah, he can't do that. Nah. I was like, man, I don't know. Dude was very inquisitive just now. And then when he went, man, you know, I would have personally liked, because I think at that juncture, Russ had 1 year left on his deal. I would have personally liked if he'd have went back, yo, me, Russ, we're going to sign a 1 year deal. We both go into free agency. We do whatever we're going to do. Because at that point, everybody was thinking they both was going to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let's link up. My road dog. We got, and we one game from the finals.
Yeah.
Was the conference finals.
Well, they were up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals.
So we won game. I mean, let's give it one more go at it, see what happens, and then we both sit down. We decide what we're gonna do, go, stay, whatever. But before that phone call, I never thought that Golden State thing would happen.
So that's how you and KD got so tight.
Yeah, we've known each other. I knew him, know his family. He know my family. My brother is younger than me. Played in their age group. So yeah, we always. That's extended family right there. So
he didn't give you any indication that I'm thinking about Golden State. He was just asking questions.
I mean, you being so inquisitive, you know what I mean? That's like somebody calling you, yo, tell me about Stephanie. Okay, yeah. But what about this? Like, obviously, you asking all these questions for a reason. You ain't just, this ain't random. It's 2, 3 in the morning. I know it's June 28th. I know July 1st around the corner.
There's talk about LeBron, if he leaves Cleveland, or he's going to leave Cleveland, wherever. Now there's talk maybe Philadelphia with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Jesus.
Would that bother you?
Come on, man. It's got to stop. Man. I would, like I said, I wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? He's another one. I would have loved for him to stay in Cleveland the whole time. But he had a total different perspective. I thought the perspective that he gave of actually going away to Miami was almost like a college experience for him. He never got to leave home. You know, he never left for college. He never went away for high school. And he kind of might have wanted to get out of his own backyard. You know what I mean? Do I still think he stacked the deck a little bit? For sure. But, you know, when he told me that or when he said that to everybody from a mental perspective, you got to respect that from a whole nother thing. You got to try to be content and happy in your life, not just when you're on the court. Like, he might have wanted to experience some other things outside of basketball. You never know.
He's always in the GOAT conversation now with Jordan. Who you think is the GOAT?
Mike.
Why?
Not even close.
Okay.
I don't think so. And don't get me wrong, like, they're not close as, like, they all the way up there. It's all the way up there. Like, I don't know, man. I just think Mike was so flawless, man. I take that back. It is close.
It's close between Mike and LeBron?
Yeah.
So you got LeBron number 2.
See, you want to know what my thing is? Can we get real on this show?
Keep it real. Oh yeah.
Let me ask you a question. All right. So who you got, LeBron or Kobe?
I got LeBron.
Okay. This is my question. When Kobe scored 60, his last game, you remember what he said? When he got the mic, he said, you know, everything was great, career was amazing, championships, the winning, all that was great. He said, but you know what I appreciated more? I appreciated the down years, going through all of whatever. He said, because we didn't run. We stayed here and we fought. What you think about that?
That's strong. You think that was a shot at somebody?
What you think?
Well, here's what I would say to that. Remember, Kobe was like, yo, trade me.
He was just talking, though. That was just talk.
Okay, but he did.
That was just talk. That man wasn't going nowhere. There was never no for sale sign in his career. That man wasn't going nowhere. We all know that.
Now, I have felt like for the longest, Isaiah Thomas is the best little player ever. The legendary Isaiah Thomas with Detroit.
Okay.
Now, honestly, I think it's Steph. What do you think about that?
Y'all just going to not talk about AI at all?
I got AI 3. I got Steph 1, Isaiah Thomas 2.
Isaiah better than AI all the time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Isaiah won, well, again, it ain't only championships, but he built that team into 2 championships, and he was clearly the man on that team. And I think obviously, AI was a better scorer, but all around passing, running.
Yeah, I can't say that. Yeah. That was in the 80s. That's when I was like 8 or something. Not even that old, 5. I might hear you.
So you have AI as the best little guy.
I mean, when I think about little dudes, that's what that's like the epitome for me.
So what about Steph now?
I don't really count Steph little. He's 6'3", man.
6'3",
like, what is little?
6'3" and under. That's what I count.
Oh, my God.
That's what I count.
I
mean, but you're right, because with that criteria,
you
Westbrook would be considered little, who I definitely don't think of as little.
No, you're saying under the rim players. People that play
I've never thought of it that way, but I guess, I guess I would put it that way.
Yeah, that's not a bad 3. That's not a bad 3 right there.
You were with him and Clay and Draymond. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think they could become what they have?
I knew Draymond was gonna be really good. He was my rook, actually. You know, usually when you're an older player, you probably seek out a rookie or 2 or whatever, and you kind of take them under your wing, whatever. And first, as soon as he got there, I said, hey, man, you was a maniac in college. Don't come in here and not be that. Don't come in here and think because you're young or you're a rookie that you're not supposed to speak up if you see something wrong. Like, I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that at all. You know what I mean? If you see something wrong, you see something that is necessary and can do good for the betterment of the group, man, don't hold your tongue. And if you need some reinforcement, I'm right here. You know what I mean? And he was like, okay. And for Steph and Clay, as soon as I saw them shooting in practice, I was kind of familiar with Clay, but not really. Yeah. And Steph had kept getting hurt. And I started seeing them shoot, and then Coach whispered, he said, it's the best shooting backcourt of all time. And I was like this. I started thinking, I was like, because most backcourts, you had one really good, really good, then you had like a, I was like,
that's right.
I was like, damn, Coach, I think you're right. He was like, no, they don't think. It's a fact. You know how Coach Jackson is.
Yeah.
So I was like, I said, oh, okay.
People ask, why don't players like Steph around the league or respect him to the degree? First of all, do you think that's true?
Same reason why people don't like Tim Tebow.
Because the religion or
if you come off too pristine, or like I remember I had somebody was mad at me. He's like, man, you always doing the right thing. And you're mad with me about that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like people can get mad at somebody who possesses a lot of qualities that a lot of people admire. You know what I mean? And it's not my fault that they damn near want to put a halo around his head. Nor is it his. He's not doing it intentional.
Yeah.
He's not like, hold on, before I walk outside, let me place my Bible in my pocket. Like, he ain't walking around with a crucifix, like letting everybody know what it is. Like, that's just the type of dude he is. And if you around him, like I don't see people coming around and be like, man, I don't mess with dude.
Yeah.
Or dude a fraud or phone. Like, I've never heard that. And I'm sure he's had a number of people that have played with him since I've been there. Or just even throughout his whole, I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people probably hated Tim Tebow for what?
Yeah.
For
what reason? Yeah.
He ain't do nothing to nobody.
Yeah. What do you think took Golden State to the next level? Because as much as I think Mark did a great job, I do feel like Kerr coming in and kind of finding the perfect offensive system for them took them to the next level.
I think they already had a camaraderie amongst each other. And I think they had an accountability for each other, like, at that point.
Yeah.
Like, they already coming in, like, it's no, when I get here, we getting in shape. No, we already know what's up. We know what we doing. We know what to expect of each other. And if you're not coming in here holding up your end, you know what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming in to let anybody else down. You know what I mean? And then you add what Coach Kerr brought in the mix, that more of a movement or continuity-based offense. It was perfect marriage.
Last thing I want to ask you, when you came into the league, you know, it wasn't as three-point centric as it is now. You still had some big guys playing in the post.
Yeah.
Versus now, do you like the way the league is gone, or do you think it's not a good move for the way basketball's gone?
I don't like the way the league is gone. Twofold. I mean, I think we do too much of drafting unfinished products. And then after you do that for 9, 10 years, you have a league full of it. I know it's a lot of people that think the talent level in the league is a bit down. Like, a lot of people place blame on AAU coaches or whatever the case may be, but if we're only sending kids to college for a year and we're drafting them knowing that they're not ready, you're going to have a bunch of teams eventually with not ready guys, or you just sending kids, all right, he's here for 2 years, then we're getting them on up out of here. Like, is that the best thing for the game? Is that the best thing for the player? You know what I mean? So that's the part that struggles. And as far as the team moving or league moving in direction for having these three-point shots, I mean, if it's the best percentage shot for that particular team, cool. But I don't think we should just be shooting them just because the line is there.
My man,
Nah,
it's been great, brother. I appreciate it.